All right, looks like we're recording. Let's go. So what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Each Adventure channel. My name is Josh, and today we're back out here on a DRZ. I know the beta's been getting a lot of love lately, but a lot of you guys said you missed the DRZ, and to be honest, I missed the DRZ too. This bike is a lot of fun to ride, despite the weight and all that other dual sporty stuff about it. It's a blast. It's a blast to ride. It's extremely capable. I never have any hesitation taking this straight from my garage and, you know, riding it out into areas like this, you know, and having any kind of doubts that I'm going to have some kind of problems or anything with it. This thing's been rock solid. And so we're out here. It's a nice Saturday morning out here in Lytle Creek. I was going to go up the Savane. I never know how to say that right, but that's closed for some reason. I don't know why. So I figured I'd come up this way and just kind of talk about the DRZ a little bit and talk about some of the projects that I want to try to do for this year. I had a lot of ambitions, but then, you know, there's this little thing called taxes that we got to worry about, and my tax situation's a little complicated this year. So that's going to kind of put a damper on some of the fun stuff I had planned, but it's all good. It's all good. Everything will be okay in the end. Like I said, we are out here on the DRZ. We are trying out a slightly new setup. So I got myself a GoPro, so the angle might be a little different. Hopefully the super view is picking up some more stuff. Hopefully the stabilization's on. But I ended up getting a GoPro Hero 7. I got it from Best Buy, open box, and I hope it works. This is my first time trying to use it. I was just getting tired of the Sony. The Sony kept getting knocked off my helmet, and I think from dropping it all the time and you know, just kind of taking a beating every time I fall, I think that the image sensor and the stabilization were getting a little screwed up. So I figured it was time for something new. I'm super impressed with the GoPro, the Hyper Smooth. I think it can be a little over aggressive for like this kind of stuff, but I didn't need really any of the features of the 9 and really any of the upgraded features in the 8, and so I went with the cheapest thing that was going to work for me, which was the 7, and hopefully this will up the quality a little bit, because even though, you know, the 7 is a 2-year-old camera at this point, it replaces my Sony AS300, which is about 2 years older than that. So I'm all about that budget mindset, trying to figure out what works, and going with the cheapest thing that works. And so the GoPro Hero 7 fit the bill. Oh man, these ruts are nasty. So yeah, so hopefully this ups the quality of the videos a little bit better. Hopefully my camera stops getting knocked off. You know, every time my face hits the mirror or hits the freaking display thing here. Wow, this is really screwed up. So the DRZ, I want to find a spot so I can just stop and talk about it for a little bit. And you know, for a while we've been riding the DRZ more like an adventure bike, and the more I've ridden it and I've played with the different gearing and I've ridden it long distances on the highway, you know, I even had the windscreen thing on here for a while, and the more that I did that, the more I disliked the DRZ. It's not to say that it can't be an adventure bike, and there are some people, especially like Rocky Mountain, that's done some pretty cool adventure bike builds with the DRZ. You know, it's a capable bike. It'll do it. It'll hold and haul like a bunch of stuff. But I don't feel like it's the best platform for that. The lack of the 6th gear is just irritating on the highway. Even with the stock gearing, with the beta geared as high as it is, it still sounds less buzzy on the freeway than this bike does. So I mean, that's saying a lot. Not to say that it won't do it. It does it fine. I haven't had any issues with it at all. But it's just buzzy, really buzzy. It's just, to me, I felt like I was trying to make the bike into something it wasn't. And so for that reason, I'm going to go through the bike and basically do like a bike build, but make it more dual sporty. And part of the reason for that is, you know, I want to have this bike so A, you know, when I feel like riding it, I can ride it and I don't really have to worry about the terrain too much. And B, I just want to have a nice, reliable, like, buddy bike, to where if I have a friend that doesn't have a bike, or a family member or whatever, you know, they can come out and ride the DRZ and be comfortable with it and not have to worry about, you know, being too heavy. Because, you know, I had like the box on the back, and then I was going to do like some like bigger panniers and like, you know, just really like go all out, like adventure bike status with this thing. And I've realized it's a better dual sport, you know, a pure dual sport for this kind of stuff. And, you know, or, you know, it can even handle some pretty rough terrain if it's not all weighed down with a bunch of stuff. So this is a good spot. This is a good spot right up here. We can talk about the DRZ right here. Oh yeah, look at this. This is awesome. You know, it's funny, I've been up here a bunch of times and I'm like amazed every time. But anyways, so this is the DRZ as it stands right now. Like I said, I've already done a couple small things. Like I said, I took the windscreen off. You can still see the dual lock that was holding it on there. So I will definitely do a video about how I did this before I completely get rid of the windscreen. I've already taken the box off the back. The box was a hard case from Harbor Freight. Super awesome, super versatile. I used to put my laptop in there and like my lunch and then like kind of compress it down. And that was great for commuting to work, but since I don't commute to work anymore, I don't really need that anymore either. And I think there's other ways that I could probably strap a bag or something to, like, you know, to this, just to make it a little bit more versatile and not as permanent. But some of the things that I would like to do to the DRZ, if you're looking at it right now, it's mainly a stock bike. When I bought it from Colin, he had done a couple things. He had done the jet kit for it. I think he removed like the California emissions stuff, pretty sure, and the gearing was changed. But aside from that, I mean, it's a stock DRZ400. It's the original carburetor, it's the original tank, it's the original exhaust. You know, it's got some sparkles and stuff on it. It's got this big beefy skid plate and this huge rack on the back, and these double take mirrors. I believe I put these on here. I did put these on here. So what I would like to do to it is just make it less DRZ400S ish and just make it more dual sport. Like the passenger pegs are already gone, but like the bracket's still here, so I'll probably take the brackets off. I'll probably get a smaller rack. PM Racks makes a really cool one where it kind of fits the edge of the fender, and then if you want to, they make like an expansion plate. So if you're going to use it for carrying stuff like moto camping, that kind of stuff, you can just put that right on top. So that'll get rid of this because this thing is massive, and because I want to get rid of the fender, so that's got to go. I'll probably put a Lex exhaust on here. That'll probably save a couple pounds. What else? These mirrors, these double take mirrors are great, but the thing is, these ram mounts start to disintegrate after a while. So I got these new, and you can see it's starting to be not good. It's starting to crack and stuff. So I'll probably put some mirrors similar to the Beta that just fold, because those are actually fairly nice. And one of the issues that I have, like, this will hit me in the face like when I'm trying to like ride hard stuff, and so I can't adjust those though. Like while I'm riding, you got to unscrew it, fold it down. So I'll probably get rid of that. Tank is stock, so I'll probably put a bigger tank on there, probably the Acerbis or a Tribis. Is it a Tribis? I think it's a Tribis. I'll put that on there because this tank actually has a hole in it. So if you guys saw that video a while back, one of these screws, I can't remember if it was this one or this one, I put a new screw in there because I was missing a screw, and the screw that I put in was too long and it went right through this thin, super thin gas tank metal. So yeah, stock seat. It actually had a seat concept on here. I regret selling it, but I wanted the low, and I'll probably still go with the low because I have real short legs, and for this to be a buddy bike, I want it to be a little less intimidating for people. So I'll probably go with the seat concept low. Probably spruce it up. I think Colin gave me some extra plastics, so I might spruce this up because this has seen some action, I guess you could say. I'll probably put the RM front fender on there just to make it look a little bit more sporty. And if I really want to get like crazy with it, I really want to take the engine apart and put the wide ratio. I know that's what Everride's doing. He's doing like a bike build. I don't know if I can technically call this a bike build, but whatever, let's just go with it. We'll call it a bike build. So a lot of stuff that I want to get rid of a lot of the weight. Even this skid plate, I'll probably replace this skid plate with the aluminum one. This one's really heavy. I don't like the way it mounts. It uses the side mounts, which is cool, but that hole is stripped out on this side here. So if you can actually see, that bolt's broken off in there, and I don't think that's coming out. It was really tight in there. I was trying to screw it in, and the bolt in there snapped, and it was already really tight. So yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. But most of the DRZ skid plates, they don't use these holes on the sides. They use the hole on the bottom, these ones down here. Hopefully by the time I'm done with it, it'll be less big and bulky and more dual sporty, I guess, if that's a thing. I don't know, but I'm excited. You know, I love the beta, but there's something about this DRZ. I have a love-hate relationship with it because it is really heavy, but I've ridden it heavy for so long that once I took a lot of the weight off, like for example, like this box actually weighs a ton. So when I took this box off and started riding it around today, I was like, whoa, like that's a huge difference. These saddlebags are actually empty right now. So I redid my toolkit recently, and I have everything that I need inside this pouch. This is a great setup right here. I'm super happy with it. So yeah, probably put a smaller bag. This Nelson rig bag has been awesome, but it's a little big for this bike, to be honest. It's a tad bit too big. This thing would be perfect on, like, it'd probably fit like the KLR perfectly. Even something like the RX3, just something that has a bigger gas tank, because this, you can tell it sticks out maybe like an inch or so on each side. So that's the DRZ. If you saw the DRZ reveal video, it looks almost exactly the same as when I got it. I haven't really done anything to it other than put the mirrors. So, you know, I'm super excited just to have a project to work on, man. Like the channel, I feel like it's just been, I feel like I've been out of ideas. You know what I mean? And it's a hard thing because I love making the videos. But I feel like I've just been kind of like stagnant in the content, really. So and when I started the channel, I felt like it was a little bit easier because no one really had a TT250. You know what I mean? And so like making content about that was super easy because nobody else was doing it. One thing I do that I have realized is that, and I've known this for a while, but you know, even if there's someone out there making the same type of content as you, because they're not you, it's a different perspective on things. And you know, some people might like, you know, Everride's perspective, and some people might like mine, and that's okay. Like, multiple perspectives is a good thing. So yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about the DRZ because, you know, I haven't really ridden this bike. I've gone out on a couple trips like this where I didn't bring the camera, but I haven't really ridden this and made a video on it probably since that ride was sub D, and that was a while ago. So it should be a good time. If there's anything you guys would like to see done to the DRZ, let me know down in the comments, and you know, we'll try to get this thing set up for some really cool dual sport riding. I still want it to be versatile enough where if I wanted to take it on a long trip, like a multi-day trip, I could. But having it at the point where I could just ride it on basically any type of terrain, that's kind of the goal. And so that's the plan. That's the plan. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for me today. Thank you, as always, for riding along with me. If you like this video, please give me a like down below. If you're new here, please subscribe. We like to do adventures like this on a weekly basis, and I would love to have you guys along for the ride. So anyways, guys, until next time, it's a little slick right here. Be sure to have fun, take care, and ride safe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, be sure to get out there and have adventures of your own. And I will see you guys next time. Later!
Thanks for watching the video. If you liked what you saw, please let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button. If you are new here, please subscribe to see more adventures just like this one. For information about my riding gear or the various ways you can help support the channel, please check out the links below or head over to www.eachadventure.com. I'll see you in the next one.